Let's talk about the pitch. So the pitch is basically when you actually understand what works, if that makes sense, okay? You're done all this bullshit. Like, fuck all this bullshit. But just like, fuck this bullshit. You just start doing what works. So the first understanding is that almost all communication is just a waste of your fucking time. Like, all this bullshit that you're talking, where did all this talk get you? Think about all the lost hours talking. So say the word, move the ball down the field. Okay, so people at a high paradigm, they're shuttling the ball down the field. That's like literally what they're doing. Okay, guys? They are shuttling the ball down the fucking field is literally what they're doing, okay?
What does it mean?
It means that when you're talking, it's most people when they're talking, it's like the wheels are just spinning, shooting mud everywhere. It's say the word flurry of activity.
Flurry of activity.
Going nowhere.
Going.
Right? It's like people watching American Idol or the Kardashians. It's just like smoking all these drugs or complaining. It's like, what's it doing? It's not doing anything. It's valueless. There's no value for time there. There's no point. So my thing is this, okay? Like in sales and marketing, my mentor, one of my mentors, a guy named Bill Walsh, I have many sales mentors, but he's dope, he's baller. Bill says that when you go do a great speech and you don't sell something, he calls that a Wayne Newton. Say the word Wayne Newton. So in other words, you go to a speech and do you get paid when you do a Wayne Newton? What do you get instead? Like Wayne Newton. It's like Wayne Newton went up. I don't know why Bill called that a Wayne Newton, but I think the word Wayne Newton is fucking hilarious, right? It's like Wayne Newton's like not a bad guy, he's a good guy, right? But he's a great guy. But it's like, it's just so dumb sounding, like just the name Wayne Newton, right? It just sounds like, I don't want to be a Wayne Newton. I don't even know what's wrong with Wayne Newton. I don't know why you picked that. Let me make sure I can see you, my brother. You got to be like learning, bro. Like you got shit to learn, my man. You got pitching to do, you got VC money to get. You better be ready, bro, okay? So it's called a Wayne Newton, okay? And a Wayne Newton is basically like you go up and you talk, and you know why people don't want to pitch? You want to know the honest reason why? They don't pitch because they have scarcity mentality. Like it's like is the word scarcity the right word? It's like they have poverty mentality. Say the word poverty mentality. Poverty mentality. Okay, so like for example, I remember one time I went to a sound baths were like really new at the time. Okay, sound baths. You guys know what sound bath is? And I go to this fucking sound bath, and it was like 2015 when it wasn't that famous, right? So I go up to this guy. I think his name was maybe Guy Douglas or something. He's called the Gong Guy. And I said, hey man, I want to bring you to my summit in Vegas. And he said, yeah, well, could you pay me? And I said, I don't know, what do you think would be fair? And he said, $2K. And I'm like, bro, like in my mind, I'm like, you're going to drive to Vegas? That's going to be like $500 in gas there and back with all your stuff. You're going to have to stay there. It's going to cost you another couple $100. So you're going to pay 1,000 expenses to get $2,000 for like a weekend? You're fucking crazy, bro. But a lot of the spiritual community is in poverty mentality. They don't know how to ask for money. Do any of you guys feel like that? Like you just don't know how to ask for fucking money?
I feel like I got a job in sales.
So I'm in Austin, Texas today. I'm out here with my kids. And what we're gonna be doing is shooting into a video that is gonna transform your life profoundly. But as we go into it, I just wanna let you know we're also gonna be doing a free event coming up right here in Austin, Texas. So if you'd like to attend, click the link below. And I'll see you right out here for the free event in Austin. I'm also gonna be running them all over Texas, in Houston, as well as in Dallas, Texas. So if you'd like to attend, click the link below. And in the meantime, kick back and enjoy today's video. So it's poverty mentality. They don't know how to make an ask. Look, I've got instructors that I've worked with over the years, and they'll actually go up and do a killer speech. They go to do what's called the CTA, the call to action, and that's where they'd make a sale. God forbid these guys spent decades fucking mastering their craft, learning a skill set that people want to learn from. And God forbid they'd actually get a little bit of money for it, right? Which could then fund them to, to actually like keep going, right? But then they go to do the CTA and you know what they do? Their voice tenses up. They don't believe, right? They're not ready to move into heaven. They're not ready to move into abundance, right? So they go do the speech. Look, I'll be real with you. You guys know my boy Jeff, right? So goddamn dedicated. He's so dedicated, so good at what he does. And he'll come up and he'll give the same quality speech as me. And then right when he goes for the CTA, and with dating, he crushes. He doesn't have this problem in dating. but he's just not quite ready to do the call to action. He thinks it's kind of tacky, little cringe, little tacky, little cringe. He wants to be cool. He doesn't want to be this annoying pest. And for that reason, I think Jeff's a little cooler than I am. You know Jeff, I'd say he's a lot cooler than me. He's actually a badass motherfucker. He doesn't self-qualify. He doesn't beg. He's in his own energy. He's not pushy. He's not annoying. I'm a bit of a pest, and I'm kind of annoying. My question for you is, can you handle that? Can you handle being a bit of a pest? Can you handle being a little bit annoying? How many of you in here that signed up for this, when I got you to sign up, I was screaming at you to get you to sign up and a pest? Put your hands up if I had to pester you to do it. Put your hand up, it's okay. Put your hand up, wait, it's okay, man. How much, tell the audience how much I pestered you.
A good amount of times, like at least 3 or 4 times.
Screaming, yelling, badgering, right at the very end. Anyway, who else was I a pest to?
You yelled at me and Abraham.
Yelled at you?
I mean, I don't feel like you yelled at me.
Okay. Okay.
You didn't say anything to me,
More like
you
a
know we're gonna
stern-
do
But
it.
I saw you at the back and I'm like, come on, come on.
We're gonna do it? No.
Yeah, I didn't know. But I gotta be a pest.
It was more like a stern parent.
A stern, okay, a stern parent.
This is good for you.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna need this.
Yeah. But now that you're here, are you happy?
Yes.
Right, and you're gonna see over the weekend too, right? So now you're here happy. So that's what I'm saying is like, at the end of the day, you've got to have a great fucking product and you've got to believe in it, okay? You've got to really, really, really believe in it. And you've got to be willing to take the correct action. So what I'm trying to show you guys is that most of your interaction, they're not remembering at all. They don't care at all. Like these people that you're talking, guys, how many people do you talk to? Like, look, obviously you're a human, you want to have random conversation. I'm not like against sharing a moment with a stranger on a subway. That's great. That's part of humanity, right? I'm not saying that everything has to be like transaction, okay? But you've also got to be honest with yourself about like, you know, the media that you're watching, the food that you're eating, the things that you're doing, and how much it's just leading to nowhere. It's not doing anything. So that's what Bill Walsh named a Wayne Newton, okay? It's like this, it's a speech that doesn't lead to anything. People clap. And here's what you're gonna realize. For those of you guys that jumped in this, that speech that I gave, that was one of the best speeches about entrepreneurship I've ever seen. I've been to so many speeches. I was like, damn, this is like one of the sickest speeches about entrepreneurship ever given. You literally just witnessed history, in my view. A little arrogant. You just witnessed history. You literally just witnessed history about entrepreneurship. But you wanna know something? If I asked you guys, and I re-summarized it and made you guys chant what you were learning the whole time. And yet, how many of you actually remember the speech? Right? Principle, combat, something, qualified leads, you know, right?
Qualified.
Yeah, pre-qualified lead, right? So it's like, right? He couldn't even remember pre-qualified, he just called qualified, right? What's that? No, just give me that. Okay, but what's that? What? Crack in the dam. So you guys remember a little bit, right? So you guys got the gist of it, but in truth, the free stuff, here's what you guys also don't realize, okay? This is like, okay, this will sound like an excuse to make sales until you realize it's real. I struggled for years to do sales because I really fucking care about people, and I'd be at the front of a room. Guys, I would go to sell a $300, do you guys remember my old hot seat program that was live for $300? Whoever attended that? Dude, this was like the most, okay, you saw this? This was the most legit program that probably should have been 10 grand. And I felt guilty to charge $300, okay? Like 300 bucks. That program was stacked. Whoever's ever seen the hot seat at home version, okay? So it was that. It had exercises, video, I mean, it was crazy. And I'm like, and I'd be like, I give my speech, I'd be like, well, anyway, it's 300 bucks, right? And I'd see like that one kid in the corner that couldn't afford it, and I'd be like, I love you, I'll just bring you for free, like, you know, right? Like I couldn't handle that, you know, that people would like get mad at me. I couldn't handle that, like, you know, I might upset them. I didn't want to be a pest, et cetera, right? Maybe this conversation is just my evolution to a pest. But really, here's what you'll realize. When I started pitching hard was when I audited all the people that came up to me on the street and said, Owen, I watch your videos, you changed my life. And I'm looking at this and I go, okay, well here, you learned about social skills from me. Go say hi to that person and I'll come join you, right? Which, if you like my stuff and you met me randomly on the street and I say, hey, if you go start that conversation, I'll join you, you're getting to wing with the guy that you watch on the internet. That's like, I mean, look, if you don't care, you don't care, but if you like my stuff, that's like a pretty big deal, right? And yet, None of them can do it.
Really?
They go, you changed my life. I go, here, go say hi to them. They go, oh, no. And so I'm like, what do you mean I changed your life? It's like a cope. It's a cope. What it was this over accumulation of knowledge that ultimately they never discharge. It's like they're hoarding knowledge. They're hoarding it, never using it. They're like a hoarder. You ever seen these, there's like some show, I've never actually seen it, but I've heard about it. It's called like, is it called Hoarders or something? It's like, is that what it's called, Hoarders?
It's popular in Ohio.
Is it popular in Ohio?
Yeah.
Hoarders.
Cool.
So that's like informational hoarding, right? It's like, oh, I'm getting the next video, and like someday when I'm ready, I'll start learning, I'll start socializing and stuff, right? I'll start marketing, like it's just a bunch of hoarding, right? People, here's what's weird. If you pay $100 or something, you will naturally get about $100 in value for it. If you pay $5,000, you'll get $5,000. If you pay $20,000, you'll get $20,000. Your brain will seek balance for what you paid. So what I realized, I look at because look, if you look at, say, Brandon, Raul, Manny, I'm seeing if I have any other alumni here. You're beginning. You're an alumni? 2022. Okay, that's years ago, but okay. But what you'll see is like, I can bring Brandon up here. I can bring Manny up here. I can bring Raul up here, and they'll smash it. They got what they came for. They can keep evolving and learning forever, but they got the gist of what they came for, right? So what happens is like, why is it that they got the value, but then all these guys watching hundreds of hours or thousands of hours of free videos don't get the value? Because their mind sought equilibrium for what they paid for it. Once I realized that my life's work would not have the impact that I intended unless I could get somebody to put what's called skin in the game. Say skin in the game. Skin in the game. I became a master of sales. I went ballistic. Because I realized I'm like, oh, I've got to get them to do it to get them to do it. I would hear that thing because I would hear these like gurus be like, when you pay attention, or you have to have skin in the game. You know, you have to have loss aversion. I would hear about this, and I thought it was just an excuse to be selfish, is what I thought. You're gonna realize, you'll hear me say this, and you'll think that it's an excuse to be selfish. And look, obviously that could go too far. Say someone was flat broke and you got them to like borrow $100,000 or something. That's terrible. Like that's bullshit. That's too much. Like, and even less than that's too much. But within reason, if someone can just like stretch a bit and pull it off, and then they're invested, they have skin in the game. They want to get return on investment. They want to get ROI. They want to get the benefit. And notice how as soon as you guys came here, as soon as you signed up, I bet you immediately had an identity level shift because you signed up. You're like, oh, fuck, I need the ROI. You will go to bed tonight and you'll be like, fuck. I need the return on investment on this fucking program. Even though it's inexpensive, but you'll still literally be like seeking investment. You'll dream different tonight. You'll sleep different. You'll carry yourself different. Maybe you'll want to work, maybe you'll be working on how to carry yourself and you'll be like, fuck, I got to do it. So in a weird way, I will stack this thing. I mean, this thing will be beyond stacked. But here's the joke of the whole thing. This program will be stacked with more in it than anything you've ever done. You will not find anything more stacked in this program on the market, especially at this price point. You won't. But the joke of it is that I could literally just be like, anyway, all of you network with each other and I'll see you later. And you'd still find a way to get the ROI. The mere act, and here's why. Because as soon as I can get you to put skin in the game, your brain will make you get back the investment. It'll make you do it. So here's what's crazy. The sale, even though you'll stack it, the stacking of all the stuff just because you love it. Like, I just want to teach you because I love it. I want to teach you to make it baller. I want to stack it. I'm gonna get you guys doing pitches. I'm gonna get you guys socializing. I'm gonna get you guys public speaking. It's be stacked. But in a weird way, if I just said, okay, so this was like a mastermind. Say I just sold it as a mastermind. Teach each other this shit. Here's some paper. Go nuts for the next 3 days. You'd get your ROI back on it just because you paid. So the mere fact that you can get someone to pay, the transformation often happens just from that, actually. Because you got their mind to attribute that amount of value to the concept. It is a categorical difference in the people who paid and the people who didn't. Look, when I took my mystery training, I had to stretch and I blew all my cash on it. For the next year, I'm like, I kept being so mad at myself that I paid. I was like, he got me. Now he ran a killer training. He ran a killer training I want to be clear about that. That's my mentor, so no fucking around there. But I'm just saying, like, I'm telling you, like, what was really the main value? Was it like him actually teaching me and like showing me the stuff, or was it like the fire that it lit under my ass for a year and going out after to try to get back the ROI, right? So, yep.
So how do you reconcile? So I've created courses, I have personal brands, several businesses. I mean, they're not doing great right now, but how do you reconcile with the fact that I look at the course statistics, I know people are getting value from it,
Yeah.
no refunds,
Yep.
but only like 10% are actually going through it.
Because it's not expensive enough. How much is it?
$600.
That's nothing.
I know. But
Yeah. If they
feel like it
paid,
shouldn't be higher.
guys, if you guys pay $600 on the digital, are you going to go through it or not? Yeah, you're going to have a certain percentage. I see the same thing on Kajabi. Do you host on Kajabi? Where do you host it?
No, Samcart.
Sandcart. Oh, dope. Well, the point is, yeah, $300, they'll get about 300 in value. Do you think, you prove my point, based on the stats that you're seeing, are they getting around 600 back in value?
If they go through it, they'll get way more.
But I know it would be 10,000. But what do they do instead? They get 600.
Okay, so raise the price.
Do whatever you want. I'm just making the point that no, I mean honestly, do whatever you want. But I'm just making the point of like I also like cheap digitals too. I'm actually kind of trying to connect to that one guy who needs a deal and would actually go through it. That one guy who will. And there's a couple of them that will.
I was that guy.
Yeah, you did it, right? So if you've been through my digitals, they're fucking stacked. Like my digitals are stacked, bro. Stacked. You're gonna see them. They're stacked. My God. I mean, the average digital that I do is like, Hot Seat was like a decade in prep, millions in production costs. Blueprint Reloaded, 5 years in prep, very expensive. It's 80 hours. You know, this is just psycho. But the thing is, again, you're right. Like, if a guy paid $300 or $600, like they'll get that value back. So guys, here's my point. The first lesson in sales is the inner game part. It's understanding that you're not a value leech. You are impacting more people positively. And if it helps you, do what I do. Make a free event tour. And then and put out great free videos and use the money to help more people. That'll make you even more believing what you're doing.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm struggling with. I don't believe in it anymore.
That's the problem.
Even though I know it's good.
Why don't you believe in it?
Your calculus teacher should help you set the price. There's a mathematical formula.
We'll give him a minute. Why do you not feel that the value's there? You're doing good, bro. I like it.
Because people aren't they're not going through the fucking course.
But would they, look, I'm not saying to charge more, but if you marketed it better, they would. Look, I had this free mini course for a long time, right? And my other buddy that I work with also has a mini course, but I marketed mine more effectively. Now it was a freebie, so I had a higher viewership in the mini course. But to be fair, that mini course that I do for free, that's a great little mini course. Who here's actually watched the whole mini course? You actually watched the mini course? Yeah. Thanks, man. Harper's program, baby. That's a mini course, right? So like when I do a boot camp, for example, like, I mean, you know, Manny, you could tell them, right? Like if I run that shit till 7 a.m., how late is everybody staying awake?
Oh, yeah.
Till 7 a.m. The truth is I could run this till 7 a.m. and you guys would stay here. You see what I'm saying? But free tour, they'd go, oh, this is great. This was great. And then they'd give me a Wayne Newton clap and then they would go home, right? Because there's no skin in the game, guys. So what I'm trying to show you guys is this is the inner game component, is that you've got to believe in what you have. And you've got to understand that investment in it generates seriousness, okay? It's like, unfortunately, marriage has kind of gone to shit. But when, you know, the older version of marriage that I believe in, by the way, and I'd love to bring that back, we're just not there socially right now. If you gave a ring to your wife and you gave her a $50,000 ring, now, you know, nowadays, like, you just get fleeced oftentimes, right? But more than half the time. But the point is that back in the day, you gave a ring to your wife. What was that doing for you? Who is the ring really for? It's not your wife. Who's it for?
Marking your property for yourself.
Nah, it's not your property. I don't want to be. No, but I like what you're saying. You give your wife $100K a ring, $50K a ring, $10K a ring. Who's it for?
It's just cool that you could do it, right?
It's, by the way, once these, like, imagine how many diamonds are like every one of these is bigger than the average wedding ring that a guy would give. It's kind of a flex, right? But anyway, look, the diamond is meant to be, you put a ring on your wife's finger to give her the value for you. You're creating the halo effect for yourself. You're buying a dress for her and putting a ceremony for her to create the halo effect for yourself. You're also creating loss aversion for yourself. You don't want to lose her. That's going to make you able to get it up for her for 20 years, right, or more, right, or a lifetime, right? You got to get hard for the same woman to get it again. You better put her on a pedestal. Some other of your kids. You better pedestalize her. No, unfortunately, now it happens, right? You know, no, it won't happen to me. It will. But the point, like the bad stuff, typically will. But statistically, But the point is that it was a beautiful system, like while it lasted. You know, like marriage, when it was working, when society was able to be good for marriage, was fucking dope. I mean, you've been married, you saw how bad it falls apart. How bad can marriage fall apart, Raul?
If you lose frame, that's it. You're fucked even after 10 years.
Yeah, he lost frame after 10 years. Good looking, tall stud, lost frame after 10 years. Now his daughter doesn't live with him. So be careful, guys. You know, it's tough, right? But what I'm saying is, yeah, but he's my man. He's here, he's learning, he's growing. He's learning and growing and evolving. But you see the point, right? It's like, what it should have been, though, is that you're putting the halo on the girl. So if I can get you guys to throw down a couple bucks, you start putting a halo on this program. Every word of my mouth is sinking in deeper than on the free training. Do you notice that? Yeah. Do you see how you're having the halo? So the beginning of sales or socializing is knowing that they can't value you if they don't have an investment. Like, for example, laugh at how dumb I am and how much of a simp I am, but take the point. I enjoy women's company. I love women's company, right? Even though they're hypergamy and all that, but I love them. So the point, I love them. If you don't love hypergamy, you don't love women. And I love women, I love hypergamy. Actually, like, hypergamy is your friend, by the way. It allows you to meet people at a higher level than you because you know how to optimize for it. But the point is, I could be perfectly happy to take a girl on a vacation and not have sex with her. I love women. I have great female friends that I'd like to take on a vacation, and I don't care if we have sex or not. I just enjoy their company. And I pay, I have the money. But the problem is that really real engagement if you bring a friend who's not sleeping with you? Are they invested in you? So what does the sex wind up doing? Once she's having sex with you, what does that get her to do with you? It gets her to receive the value, right? It gets her to receive the value. Now she's in love with you. She's into you, et cetera, right? So what winds up so it's not that you need sex. It's not that you need money. But look at how much more we're now engaging in the quality of our engagement compared to the free event. Yeah. Do you see how the quality of engagement is suddenly going up? Yeah. You see that? So in knowing that is the inner game of sales, okay? And knowing that otherwise it's a Wayne Newton. It's basically the energy of death because it's all this action that never, look, you want the sperm to hit the egg, okay? The sperm hitting the egg is the genesis. It's the 0 to 1. It's the creation of life. If I do a speech where I bring you guys in here and I just blather on and it doesn't result in some form of a sale, then all that I've done is put on infotainment, but it's not leading to alchemy. It's not leading to transformation. It's not leading to improving your results. It's entertainment. How do I know this? Go and query the people who won't sign up for anything a year later. Watch where they're at. Okay? So once I understood this, okay, once I got it, I'd want to learn how to sell. Are you guys even wanting now to learn more how to sell? Yes. And the thing is that I think that either the best salespeople are one of two things. They're either total fucking narcissists, psychopath, like malignant psychopathic narcissist type personalities, right? Because they have a deal with the devil where they kind of cut through all the bullshit and they just do what works. Or it's people that are very elevated internally, whether you call it spiritual, whether you call it psychological, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, whatever you want to call it, who actually want to live a good life. They get how to be a good player in the video game and how to optimize. And what winds up happening is you wind up just having a better life. Like you just have a better life. Let me give an example. Sales and marketing, ad copy, what it really is, say the word the orgy of you. So real great sales and marketing ad copy, what it does is it focuses on the conversation that actually moves the ball down the field. Okay? It's similar to social skills where you have shit testing, congruence testing. You know, you have like, are you pumping state? Like you could have a conversation when you're socializing with somebody, and if you're pumping state and passing shit tests and being confident and kind of like using projection and leading, that's actually leading to you guys, I don't know, maybe building a family together someday, maybe having a life partner, maybe having a fun fling. It's leading to something. But if we go out right now, we just go, well, how are you? How are you? What do you do? What do you do? Where are you from? Where are you from? What's that leading towards? It doesn't do anything. Yeah, Wayne Newton. It's just a fucking Wayne Newton, right? So it's not the things that work, but guys get addicted on it. They're like, yeah, I've got to like do it like this. They're fucking addicts on this bullshit. And they're addicts on it because they just, it's like death. It's the energy of death. There's no prosperity. There's no transaction. It's just like, it's like metaphorically, let's make a baby. You know what I mean? Metaphorically, let's make a baby. And it doesn't have to be a baby like an actual human baby. Comes out of a pussy. But it could be new life. Let's make some new life. Like, let's have me put on a free event. You guys get in here, and in a year from now, you look back and this is the best thing you ever did. Like, let's make a deal, baby. Let's do some business. You know, if it's a girl and you're a guy and you like her, let's actually date. Let's actually date. Let's screw each other's brains out, and I'm taking you to fucking, I don't know, what's good out here? Like maybe, how about Vermont at this time of year? How about this? Instead of going and doing a Wayne Newton at the club where you talk and it goes nowhere, fuck each other's brains out and take a beautiful trip to Vermont. Hold hands. You guys know leaf peeper season? Leaf peeper season, you guys know what that is? The red leaves, yellow leaves, orange leaves, all the beautiful leaves like you see at Central Park, right? The foliage, right? What's better, a bullshit Wayne Newton or having passionate sex while walking hand in hand in leaf peeper season in Vermont 5 hours from here?
It's like Wayne Newton.
Right? It's a Wayne Newton, right? So you never gave that interaction the potential to grow, to do anything. So that's why the masses are so brainwashed, because they go to do a sale, they go to have a transaction, and they fumble the ball. You ever heard the expression fumble to baddie? Yeah. Fumble to baddie, right? It's a meme. You fumble the ball. It's just a fumble. It's not doing anything. I'm not down to fumble the ball, okay? I can fumble the ball, but that's not my goal. I don't care about success barrier bullshit. Like, life's short, man. I'm turning 46 this year. Like, let's do some business. Let's go to, like, if it's a girl, let's like have passionate sex. Let's go to Vermont. Let's go to Hawaii. Let's make a baby. You know what I'm saying? That's engagement, right? Having a kid together, that's engagement. Building a business, doing some business, doing a course, that's engagement. I don't need some guy taking my photo on the street. A guy takes my photo on the street, I say, bro, come to free tour at least. Come do a boot camp. Like, I don't care about your photo. What is another photo? It's hoarding. It's the land of lost socks. What are you gonna do with the photo? Like, look, you guys all get a photo. I mean, I know now you're wanting it, right? But I'm saying, like, yeah, I'll do the photo. But I'm just making the point, right? Like, it's like, what's a photo? What's a fucking photo? Right? It's like, no, like, it didn't change your life. People, and you know what's the worst thing that I get mad when people meet me on the street? They meet me and they think they know me, right? And they're like, oh, I'm cool with Owen. You know, I looked at his dick in a public bathroom while I took a piss, right? It's like, me and Owen are cool. No, we're not. I'm never gonna see you again. I gave you my photo, and then I'm never gonna see you again. You're not gonna have the actual transformation. The transformation's on the training. People will make friends with me and network with me and hang out, and it actually fucks them up when they become my friend. I feel bad for my friends. You know why? Because we have a friendship, I can never truly teach them, and I think I'm the best at what I do, so I have deprived them from getting experience of the best because they can't see me as a teacher. And the only way that I could get them to actually learn would be to get them to pay. That'd be the only way. I can't teach any of these guys for free. None of my friends that get it for free get the value. It's the students. It's all the students. If you're my friend, you're fucked. You can never get the correct training because you're not gonna pay me once you're my, that's too weird. You didn't even pay me, it's weird. You know, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like whack.
It's like, we're friends, like, why are you paying me? But now they're fucked. Being my friend is like a death sentence because now you can't pay me for training, and as a result, you can't get what you need. Not death sentence, I'm just joking, but you know my point, right? It's literally like they can't get the value. So some of my friends who have real problems in areas that I can fix, I keep telling them, hey, come by for, my close friends, I go, you can come by for free to any training you want. Do you think they ever come? They poke their head in and they fucking leave. Because they never actually paid. They can't make themselves leave. Also, give me 1 sec. Do you remember what I said in the seminar? I said, when you bring your friends, when you're a seminar speaker, are your worst enemies. Because they sit in the back of the room chatting, looking at their phone, taking all the focus off you, and then they'll come in and out all awkward-like and annoying. They're disruptive. They go out in the back, they start chatting. Look, I'm super fucking tight with Sid and Damon, right? And they're my home. I love these guys have like benefited me huge. But like, when they're in the back of the room, I said, boys, either come in or out. Why'd I do that? Because they know me. They've heard my stuff, right? They're not going to hear anything new from me. But if people are murmuring at the back, what's that doing for you guys? It's a distraction, right? So I feel like a dick. I'm like either in or out, right? Like either come join or bounce. I'm gonna go grab dinner with them after. But you see what I'm saying, right? So what's happening? These are my fucking. These guys are like, you know, part of me, right? They're my bros. But I'm just making the point, like, even my bros, like, look, I've got it like back in the old school days. I'd have a group of instructors up at the front, and they've all heard each other's pitches, right? We'd be doing a group seminar, and what are they doing? What do you think they're all doing? Like when say that like one of the guys is giving their pitch, what's everyone else doing? Why? Because they've heard it, and they're not invested. They've heard it, they're not invested. But what's that do to the vibe? When, you're supposed to be the guru, right? You're this big guru, and your closest friends won't even like listen to you. But in reality, they're not listening to you because they've heard it a million times, and they fucking know you.
Lowers the perceived value of what you're saying.
Lowers the perceived value, right? I'll have guys come, like friends of mine, and then I'll go into a pitch, and right as I pitch, they go, "Oh, okay, bro, that was cool. Like, I don't need to hear the pitch. We're friends, so I'm gonna go now." I'm like, thanks for just costing all these people that would have signed up that now won't sign up. Are you telling me that because I got up in the middle of like your talk that all, like, if they wouldn't have signed up anyway? Bullshit. A pitch is a surgery. It's a fine-tuned surgery. I remember one time I was with a very famous guy, and he was about to give me about 300 grand. And I was in my crib, and my girlfriend at the time, I put my feet up on her bed, our bed, and she goes, "Take your feet off the bed." I go, "Baby, I hope that you're happy that just cost you $300,000 to take my feet off the bed. If he's not gonna, don't blame me. If he's not gonna do it, he wouldn't do it anyway." That's not true. That's not true. A pitch is about holding frame. If a guy's own girlfriend will not respect him in front of them, there's no frame. That was a $300 mistake. I learned to get out of that relationship. She was happy to consume, not happy to add. So, great girl, love her. I'll pray for her, love her. I don't hold that mistake against her. She doesn't know sales. She doesn't understand the surgery. She just consumes the money. Do you want to know what a lot of time your girlfriend will think of your clients? Like these dumb minions who don't know you in the way that she does, right? They never actually see the real value, okay? Look, I just think I'm some like little funny guru guy. I don't think I'm Jesus, obviously. But you guys remember what Jesus said about was it a prophet in their own town? Do you guys remember the quote? I'll show you, okay? This is important to understand. It's, the quote is, "A prophet has little honor in his hometown, among his relatives on the streets that he played as a child." And basically, the idea was like, he could be there like healing the sick and like, showing all this amazing stuff. But in his own town, they're like, it's just that guy, right? So the thing is that, but the truth is you're not just that guy, you're special. But you want to be around the people that see that. And you can have your regular yuck friends that don't see it, but don't bring them around the people who do see it, okay? My own friends can't get the value that you guys get. Do you see what I'm saying? Because there's no skin in the game. And that's fine, but they're deprived of that. You had a question?
Yes.
Louder though.
I was gonna say, so like, when you said like staying in your own town, I feel like a lot of people get stuck in their paradigm where you stay where you grow up. So
yeah, it's terrible.
Moving, like when you move,
yeah, move if you can.
Restart.
Yeah, that's a great point. Move if you can, okay? So the point being, look, that it's a universal truth of anybody who brings value that, the people, but the thing is, those people in your town are not having exchange with you. They're just like, oh, that's Freddie, like, right? They're not actually serious about it, right? So you want to, so I don't want to be around people like that. People treat me like that, and I cut them off. And you know what's funny? Great quote. Grow so much that people's biggest flex is that they knew you. Yeah. And all the people who didn't believe in you, or who left, or didn't take you serious, when you pull back and they have no more access to you, they would pay 10 times more to get that access back to you. Your ex-girlfriends will, your ex-business partners will, your ex-friends will. You pull back and they realize, wait, who was that I had access to? Sometimes that's why you got to break up with your girlfriend for a bit, for them to have that RAS flip back to positive, which is terrible. You have to do it, but sometimes you have to, even though it sucks. I hate all that shit. I hate that shit. Okay? But that's maintaining of your value. It's maintaining frame. Okay? And say the word high level of exchange. Say that.
High level of exchange.
Okay? So in other words, what has to be understood is fuck all this Wayne Newton shit. Say fuck this Wayne Newton shit.
Fuck this Wayne Newton.
And what it comes down to is high levels of synergy. Say that.
High levels of synergy.
So what we're engaging in here is intended to be high levels of synergy. Okay? And that is the inner game of sales. Guys, that's the inner game of sales. Okay?
Synergy between
The inner game of sales is the understanding that you cannot help people if they don't invest. that it's the understanding that people will get the exact amount of value that they paid. Like I said, I will stack this program. It will be the most stacked thing you've ever seen. You will never find something more stacked for what you pay for this. But I literally could just give you guys sheets of paper and leave you on your own and call it a mastermind. And you'd still get tremendous value what you paid because your brain would seek balance. So the actual training or the actual benefit, like the thing you're giving is that you got, repeat this after me, you got the person's brain, to attribute a dollar amount to the transformation. That's what it is. You got them to attribute a dollar amount. Look at, what's that?
That being said, should you price things at what you think people's value is going to be?
Well, here's the thing. One of the great, so guys like Alex Hormozy come from the school of Dan Kennedy, okay? And Dan Kennedy is like an OG. It'll be like how people in the future will like be, they'll follow Me or Mystery or whatever, and like there'll be this kind of OG tree that they become a contemporary and they become the next generation. Hormozy is a more famous, more impactful guru than Dan ever was, in a weird way to put it, which is crazy to think about. But I mean, he just did a $100 million launch of his book, and like, I mean, this guy's, the scale of his impact is shocking, okay? This guy is a generational freak of nature. But his content is not as advanced as Dan Kennedy's, okay? Dan, the OG, is who I learned sales from. Me and Hormozy come from a similar background in sales and marketing. John Carlton, you might want to be writing these names down. John Carlton, Kick-Ass Copywriting Secrets of a Marketing Rebel, changed my life. Changed my life. Kick-Ass Copywriting Secrets of a Marketing Rebel, very hard to find. God, I've listened to that so many times. And when I would listen to it back in the day, I'd feel shook, I'd shake. I feel like I'm gonna cry because it showed me the truth. Showed me the truth. Kick-Ass Copywriting Secrets of a Marketing Rebel. Dan Kennedy, anything with the no BS stuff from Dan. But it's a whole niche of these guys who study this stuff, the way that our niche in social skills has its OGs. And then a guy like Hormozy is a contemporary version of that puts his spin on it. But those books, like the $100 million series, $100 million leads, $100 million offers, $100 million money models, those are spin-offs from Dan, guys. People don't know who Dan is. Dan is older. He's kind of getting towards the end of his journey, right? And he's an older guy. He's got this handlebar mustache. A little harder to watch. Slower to talk, Depend on your taste. But these are OGs. When you learn this stuff, life is never the same again. Your life will never be the same again when you understand this stuff. You will print money if you choose to apply it. Or I don't want to say you will. I can't promise that. But what I'm saying is that a lot of people watch this and can print money. It's just crazy. Now, in understanding what sales and marketing is, basically, and this is the first thing that John Carlton will explain, everyone thinks that they know advertising, just like how girls think that they know what they're attracted to. Okay? You think you know what you respond to in marketing, and you don't. Okay? So we think we know marketing, and so we'll look at this like, billion-dollar ad campaign for Coca-Cola, and it's like a polar bear everywhere, but you don't have $2 billion to do what's called an awareness campaign, like a global awareness campaign. What would it cost to even rent one billboard? It'd be your whole ad budget. Do you think that if you got a billboard and you just pasted it there, that someone would actually take the time if they saw like a picture of you like with your product like that, and they're gonna proactively go and look up all this stuff? No way. So you gotta understand that this kind of stuff, remember we talked about 0 to 1 and the metaphorical weapons of war, that if you have no money, that you can still do something? That's the scale of sales and marketing, where basically you learn how to talk in a way that makes impact and moves people. Say the word, you learn to talk in a way that makes impact and moves people. Okay, and I get emotional when I talk about this because I know that some of you guys are gonna have tremendous success, and I feel emotional because I know that some of you guys won't listen, and it hurts me real bad. It hurts me, man, that some of you won't listen. And I'm emotional for those of you that will listen. It's really cool stuff. It's beautiful, okay? Sales done properly is so beautiful, okay? And when I go to do a sale, I will often pray to God and say, let me do this right to help the people that I'm talking to and to help them to actually hit the next level. I ask God for help to do it, okay? I believe it's spiritual. I believe it's beautiful. I really do. Because what is this Wayne Newton? Again, I don't know, like Bill's dogging out Wayne Newton. Wayne Newton. But I think he just picked as a funny name. I don't know, Bill's like a funny guy. He's like, that's a Wayne Newton. This Wayne Newton shit is the energy of death because it's like people taking drugs. They just get all high, but it doesn't move the ball down the field. Real impact, real movement, it moves the ball down the field. It's how we move mountains. Persuasion, sales, direct response marketing. Even though it's money, which is is considered lowbrow, is feeding your family fucking lowbrow? Is educating your children lowbrow? Is taking your kids to see nature fucking lowbrow? Is getting able to afford fucking organic food fucking lowbrow? Is getting out of this weird fucking bullshit rat race lowbrow? It's not spiritual. Fuck those people that say that. Fuck them. Fuck off. Okay? There's beauty in actually in having the time to study poetry or having the time to create art, to do free events, et cetera, et cetera. There's beauty in that. So people will tell you not to care about money, and it's the energy of fucking death. The problem is your relationship to money. And like Jesus said, right, harder for a rich man, so harder for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to go to the kingdom of heaven. If you're attached to money and you make an identity out of money, that's, you might call it satanic or whatever, right? It's actually holding back your growth. It's a dark energy. It's like the sociopaths, the psychopaths that are doing it, right? But when done to create prosperity for family, when done to create free events, free videos, when done to add to the world and to move life forward, it's beautiful. So I'm trying to get you guys in the spirit of this. I'm leading you into this with the spirit of this to show you how beautiful it is. So you're like, I want to do this shit. Do you guys feel like you want to go sell some shit right now?
Yeah.
Every word that I just said in this seminar is true. And every word of this is a pitch to teach you sales and marketing. If I post this, people will sign up to learn sales and marketing. You're seeing it done in real time. Every word is a pitch. It's a pitch to learn. It's a pitch to engage. It is meaningful, moving the world conversation. How much when you hear about this do you now want to learn sales and marketing?
Badly.
You see that? I'm selling you on learning sales and marketing. This is what John Carlton teaches. If you're going to write a book, make even the chapter headings sales copy. Make the lead into the chapter sales copy. If someone looks at the table of contents, they should be getting, oh, this looks cool, this looks cool, oh shit, this is cool. They read the intro, oh, this is cool. It's always moving them to the next thing, you see? Not funny? Not funny? That's crazy, huh? That's fucking crazy. People figured this shit out. It's fucking crazy. Changed my life, man. Yeah.
It applies to everything. I mean,
Applies to everything.
Your girl has to invest in you
Yes.
to see your value.
Hell yeah.
That's why you can't pay for everything. You have to get her to invest.
Yeah, or if you or if you did pay, she's got to invest some way somehow. Yeah. But man, it's once you realize that if it's not generating movement, it's just blather. You can don't get me wrong. Like,
Sorry, can you say that again? It's not
if it's not generating movement, it's blather. Look, I'll still, I'm kind of funny like this. Like I'm like a cartoon character. I'll be with like a 7-Eleven employee, and I know they're not going to change anything right away. I don't want to limit them, but I'm just saying, statistically speaking, I haven't seen a lot of change in 7-Eleven worker, right? They're not there yet. And Eckhart Tolle, he calls it be a frequency holder. I'll just stare at the guy and try to send love to him, like with everything I have. I'm kind of a funny little guy like that. I'm like a self-help cartoon, right? And I'll like send him love. But I know that he's not movable and that there's no opening, and that I'm probably not capable to generate an opening with him, okay? But I'll still send him love. So that's kind of what I have. It's just like sending him presence and love. Like I'm just trying. So that's like my version of meaningful conversation. I do that. If I'm talking to a waiter, I'm like, why not just laugh? So my thing is, if you're gonna not move someone, then have a great laugh with them. Have an energetic exchange. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah.
How do you reconcile
Louder.
this concept? How do you reconcile this concept with outcome attachment, self-amusement, and things that say, okay, you should just be enjoying the present for yourself,
Yeah.
rather than
I think that they can be fused. So in other words, let's say for example that you're already rich, you don't need the money. Like, why are you actually? My whole time when I've done this, I actually paid myself a flat salary. Did you guys know that every one of you guys that signed up, I will not have one difference in the check that I get from this? Do you believe that, or do you think I'm lying? You should think I'm lying. You should totally think I'm lying because that sounds like a fucking lie. If I heard that, like,
We know you.
sure you did. Like you yelled at me, screamed at me to sign up. Like, what are you, a saint?
You do own the company and have the equity, though.
But I don't.
You don't?
No, because over the years, I've just given it all to instructors. That's why I got rich. I would just take the money, funnel it in everybody else. I just wanted to grow. Don't become like me. Don't be like me.
Okay.
There was never any equity in those instructors' brands. The second that they could grow it, they can take it.
I'm talking about your own brand, though.
Okay, so I put it back in my brand. How much money do I really need to build a brand? So that's what I'm saying, right? So I did it basically, I actually did it to get other instructors to have multiple voices just to get the word out there because I'm so much like a self-Kool-Aid drinking zealot for this content. Like I am the ultimate zealot Kool-Aid drinking guy for what it is that I teach. So like I'm just like in there like pulling the puppet strings to just try to wake humanity up. Like I'm crazy, bro. I'm a cartoon. I'm a fucking cartoon.
Kool-Aid tastes good though.
I like it. Thank you. Yeah, I like it. So the thing is, like, so basically, yeah, but there was never any equity in it, right? Like, as soon as they get bigger, they can just go. So the point is this, okay? So basically, what it is like, I would put myself on a flat salary, but I still want everyone to sign up.
What's the equivalent of this for girls?
What's that?
What's the equivalent of this for like?
I'd say with women is that I don't need sex. I'm fine without sex, but let's create life. Let's go to Vermont. I don't just care. Look, guys talk about sex as just like this transactional thing. I want it all, man. I want to be eating dinner on the beach with a girl, looking in each other's eyes. I want to be holding, like, to me, sex is like, that's boring. You know, it's more like it's fun, but it feels good. It's like, oh, it's like eating like a milkshake, but for your dick, right? It's like, you know, if you put a milkshake in, like, if you never had a milkshake and all you'd had was sex, but then later you had a milkshake, you'd probably think the milkshake was as pleasurable. It's like this, it's like you drink a milkshake, it's like, sweet, like, there's a lot of dopamine flooding my brain from this, right? When you fuck, there's a lot of dopamine in your brain. I like the after sex glow. I like the walk on the, bro, I'm romantic. I'm a lover boy, bro. It's kind of sad. You know, I'm kind of a simp. I like to buy her stuff. Dude.
Why do you say sad though?
I'm a simp. You know, I'm a simp. I want a simp for my girl. You know, and I'll get dumb for it at times, right? But I want a simp. Like I want to take her to the beach. I want to take her to Hawaii. I want to be on the plane, like talking, making out. You know, getting a hand job under the towel. You know, right? Like I want to be like laughing. I'm a romantic. Like I love it. You know, and so. I like the whole thing, you know? I want to like go to 7-Eleven together and throw a chocolate bar at each other's head or some shit. You know, like I want to laugh. I want to have fun. Like I like the whole thing. Sex is just like a part of it. I think people get hung up on that because they're deprived, but the whole thing is like really fun, right? It's beautiful. It's very fun, right? So I want a girl to go to Vermont with. We can check out the leaves. I want her to be excited about the leaves. I don't want a weird energy of a girl that I paid to go to Vermont. We're not having sex and it's all like, were you doing this for sex? It's all weird and creepy. I want there to be intimacy. I want the creation of life. I want to go deep. I want to go deep with you guys, to be honest. Like, this is like I'm fucking you. It's kind of like you're getting fucked. This is probably a more intimate experience than a lot of you guys have had with women. I like intimate, real connection, real movement, real genesis, real life. So that's why I like sales. That's why I like social skills. Okay? Because I don't want to just be always at the surface. So that's why I learned this stuff. So that would be how you hybridize it, is what I would tell you. But the point is that I believe in it, guys. Like I believe in prosperity, in sharing. I want to take that girl to Vermont. You see, right? It's like I want to be able to do that. That's called fun. Why is everyone so ashamed that they want to have a bit of money or something? It's crazy. So that's what I'm trying to show you guys, is poverty consciousness, where people that are broke, they'll say, oh, well, if you have money, it's because either you stole it or you got lucky or your parents gave it to you. They never imagined that you could learn. And so getting out of that and getting out of poverty consciousness and realizing that, like, yeah, I want to, life is about, like, what is a swamp? Dead energy. It's dead energy, right? What is a flowing river? It's the energy of life, right? We need movement. Sales is about movement. It's about the generation of life. If it's the right product, if you believe in it, if it adds value. So again, you could be a psycho who makes McDonald's or drugs or cocaine or heroin and sell a bad product, or you can have an uplifting product that generates life, and then your inner light wants to sell it. And that is why I'm a passionate person in sales. I don't think that sales is lowbrow. I think it's like Goliath's sling, you know, where it's like David and Goliath, right? Or sorry, not Goliath's sling, David's sling. David and Goliath, right? It's like a regular person can have a more fun life than a person that's the CEO of Walmart. Can actually have a more fun life. It's pretty badass. It's really fun. It's really beautiful. And you got to learn it. And you have to have communication. It's leading somewhere. So like I told you guys, do you see it? All that I'm doing here, I told you earlier that I'm giving you a pitch to learn sales. I'm just doing what now, say the word the repitch. This is the repitch. It's all a pitch. On a infield training, it's a pitch to work on the infield part. I'm motivated by getting you to invest. That's generating motivation because you're seeking ROI and you have loss aversion, right? Then as I'm talking to you and I'm getting you to do the training, I'm indoctrinating you for something that you ask me to help you with to believe in, right? So I'm not saying this to you if you didn't ask me to, okay? I'm not running around making you do it, but I'm saying that if you ask me to, I'm getting you to buy in. Part of, let's be honest, right? Part of an infield trading is you want to have it where I've motivated you that after the program, you'll keep working on it. So my job is not just to show you the technicality on the program, to demonstrate it, to get you doing it, but I've also got to get you inspired for post-program. Here's a simple example. You can do a AI tour of DC, right? Go down to Washington, DC, and you get AI, but you didn't pay anything for it, right? What if you paid a guy $300, made it take you and your girl around DC, and put you in a little maybe he's got a bike and you're kind of in the back, or maybe he does in a van, whatever, right? And you paid him a couple $100, and he loves DC. This guy just loves DC. The way I love sales, the way I love social skills, he loves DC. And he's like, oh, there's like a gargoyle, and that gargoyle got made by this, and it's fucking badass. And you're like, the gargoyle. What are you paying the guy to do fundamentally? Well, you could have got it from ChatGPT. What are you paying him for? You're paying to make yourself care. It's like, look, this is the bad version, but what does gambling do for a sports game?
Makes the game interesting.
I'm not a gambler. Anyone here a gambler? You can tell me. Sport gambler? Any sports gambler?
I know people who are really into
Blackjack. Okay, but I bet you that a sports gambler, I don't recommend sports gambling. It's probably lose all your money. But I bet you it makes it hella interesting. You're probably like, no, yes, right? It's probably they can't stop doing it. Imagine how a gambler thinks of a non-gambler watching sports. Like that's the boring way. I remember once I had a buddy of mine. I was at a spa and he's like, this spa sucks. I said, why? He said, because in Macau they be giving you like a hand job, like all this stuff. I was like, well, shit. Now you're ruined. You're overstimulated, right? Probably some guy who wrote gambles doesn't see sports the same way, right? If it's like right. But that's what the tour does, right? That's what the program becomes more exciting because we're raising the stakes here together. Do you guys see that? We're raising the stakes. You're like, man, is this program good? Am I going to learn? We're raising the stakes. By getting you to put in some money, we're raising the stakes. Think about the passion that you will do every approach, the passion that you'll do your pitch, the passion that you'll public speak versus if it's free. So but then as you continue, everything is just ongoing, generate the generation of buy-in, and it's just nonstop generation of buy-in. John Carlton calls it Operation Money Suck. It's an endless black hole that's just moving people along, but black hole has a negative connotation. You almost want to think of it like a fountain of life, but that's drawing people towards it. Quick question, yeah? Oh, sorry, I thought I saw a question. Okay, yep.
Can you speak
louder, man?
On the time where you mentioned you burned the bridges when you were having your first kid, but you continued to sell. How did you kind of balance the extreme need to grow your business?
So what he's asking about is when you need the money for your business, how do you balance that? Let me tell you something. When Kobe was in media crisis, he generated the Black Mamba. He was in a horrible, horrible situation in 2004, and he created the Black Mamba as an alternate sub-identity where he blocked out the chaos. He had to try to make sense of the chaos. He talks about this in a documentary. He's like, I had to partition it. I had to make sense of all it. It's just coming at me, and I had to make sense of it, right? That's when you're in entrepreneurship and you've got bills and you've got pressure, you've got to partition, and you've got to just be on point. There's speeches that I've done where I was under so much pressure and you would never know. So that's sort of a separate question, but that's about how to handle pressure and need and how to stay on point in that point. And guys, that's what I love about the entrepreneurial journey, social skills journey, artist journey, creation journey, sales journey, is that it does put you under pressure and you grow from it. It's just amazing. But let me keep going, okay? So
did you grow a Black Mamba for yourself during that time?
I don't know if I'd call it a Black Mamba, but I'd say I definitely am proud of myself for how under a lot of pressure I've kept it cool actually. Okay. Yeah, I really have kept it cool. So. What's that? The ginger mamba, yeah. The leprechaun guy, yeah. So the evil leprechaun. But grown up Chucky doll or something. But anyway, so what I'm showing though is you've got it. Yeah, that pressure will make it. The pressure that you move into as you get older, it will as you pass these tests. God wouldn't have put you there if you couldn't pass a test. You got to give it to God, bro. And you just put one foot in front of the next, you'll come out of the other side of the tunnel, and it'll be a fun ride, bro. You'll see. You'll be so proud. You'll be so proud. You'll see. You'll be so proud. To people who didn't put themselves under that kind of pressure, you'll be so proud. It's so beautiful. And maybe you get knocked down, bro. You'll bounce back. I got broken leg. I bounced back, bro. You'll be so proud. So look, this is life, not in a state of derp apathy syrup, okay, like the average person where they're at, okay? And notice how even by saying you're not in derpy apathy syrup, you'll be so proud, you'll grow. You see what's going on, right? I'm controlling the RAS, I'm drawing attention, I'm controlling RAS, I'm drawing attention. Look, I'm a master. I've done this since I'm 22, right? I've been in front of crowds since I'm 22. So I don't even think about it anymore. I just know the formats and I do it. It's like social skills. I know the shit testing, the free association, the vocal projection. It's all on autopilot, right? You get on autopilot, like it's pretty fun. It's really, really fun. But look, even when I'm doing that, you get on autopilot, it's really, really fun. What's that? Features, benefits, features, benefits, features. I speak and I can't stop. I physically cannot stop. Because why? Because every other type of communication is just bullshit. I'll give little fluff points in between to lower the pressure because they call that pressure on, pressure off. And say the word pressure on, pressure off. And say the word fractionation. So in other words, you can only take someone so deep in trance and you've got to pull them out and then they go deeper. And then you pull them out and they go deeper. If you just keep pushing down, 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 it doesn't work, right? It's like you're having sex with a girl. You can't just go like that. You've got to stop, pull away, make her beg, and then forward, right? You can't just go like a pincushion, okay? It's not sexy. So I can just fraction a bit and then wah, back down. Fraction a little bit, wah, back down. Fraction a little bit, wah, back down, okay? And that's why I like this stuff. It's like, and when you get good at it, bro, imagine doing VC and you're just in there on cruise control. Imagine you're in there getting that multi-million-dollar VC money. Imagine that you're in there with your staff and they're getting motivated. Your staff just getting so motivated. Imagine you're meeting someone who's special. You go to Vermont together. Okay, what am I doing? Do you guys see how I'm selling? Yeah. Look, I could literally put a link below this and post it, and I can say, sign up for the selling course. Like, what would I have to pay you to leave this right now? If I told you, I'll give you 10 grand to not get this course. You'd be like, fuck, I want that 10K because I didn't put that down. I'd make money, but you're like, what if I don't make the money? And the truth is you wouldn't. You'd be a fucking fool. You'd be a fool to even take 100 grand to avoid this, to lose out on this. You'd be a fool. But now I'm also selling you. Okay, right? You see what, right?
Did you figure out all these like hypnotic principles independently?
I just know it on unconscious because basically what happens, guys, is that you spend all this time interacting and it just does nothing. You're like, this is a waste of my time. Like, fuck all this, like, blah, 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 blah. It's like, it doesn't do anything. So at a certain point, you're like, I'm ready to evolve. It's kind of like if, you know, maybe like you meet somebody special out, you go home together, and then like nothing happens, and you're like, maybe I should put some Himalayan pink, like, because say that your house is like all fluorescently lit, right? So the vibe's weird, and maybe you don't have music, and then a bunch of people come back, nothing happens, and eventually you're like, God damn, like, I just put 7 hours into going out talking to people, someone came back, and if I just had a Himalayan pink sea salt lamp and left my music on, something would have come of this. And you're finally traumatized enough that you make the change, right? You're like, I can't take it, right? So you make the change. That's what happens when you do, you go to a bunch of speeches, you don't get money, you could help people, you get mad at yourself, you have some dark nights of the soul, you're like, I'm sick of this shit. So then you just start to look at what works. That's kind of what I was saying, like, you've either got to be a psycho or a beautiful person. And then you just want to do what works and you resonate with it, and you got to be present enough to actually resonate with it, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you formats, okay? I'm going to show you actual formats. So this is the meta. I'm selling you on selling. I'm demonstrating what I do. Because when I teach social skills, which we'll be going out tomorrow night, and it's going to be fucking crazy, okay? But when I teach you social skills, then, and again, that's sales. So then when I teach you social skills, okay, it's emotion. That's not a sales tactic. It's showing genuine emotion, okay? Because when you go out and you work on social skills, you are gonna get in so much momentum. You're gonna be so incredibly pumped. You're gonna wind up meeting better people. You're gonna wind up changing your life forever, okay? So, okay, that's all sales. Okay, you see, it's like this board, I don't even know, it's just sales upon sales. It's like you're in like this like drain, right? Do you see why, why a company like yours, imagine if you could hire me with some of that VC money to pitch for you. It's like hiring this fucking shark that just goes around, right? And there's some people that are like that and some that aren't. There's closers and non-closers, bro. And like a closer just lives it. Like I would love to even just take your product and just run around like a kid and just be like, let me have it. Like sometimes my buddies that'll have courses, right? Or they'll have products. I'll go, yo, get a bunch of your clients on Zoom. Let me just blow your mind. I'll be here, let me talk to your group. And I'll talk to them for like half an hour, 100K sold. And they go, what the fuck? I go, yo, that's baller shit, you owe me dinner. But that's just sales. I'm just showing you. No. I'm selling you on wanting to sell.
He just did it again. Again and again.
Again and again and again. I'm fucking you. Remember I said I'm fucking you?
Yeah.
Okay, sales one. It's like like that, right? Because if I don't do it, it doesn't move you. If I come up here and I'm gonna give you the nitty gritty, but ideally what you do is you get someone hyped enough to go through the nitty gritty. Look, I had remember I made this one video about how to approach people at tables. It was very, very technical. Very technical. That video should have been in a product. And, okay, watch this, okay? I remember my old cameraman. He was very, very smart. He knew a lot. He knew a little bit more than me about this stuff many years ago. And I made this video about this very, very technical, not entertaining, but very informative video about how to approach people at tables, all the little logistics and mechanics, and I had infield showing what it looked like, okay? And he kept saying to me, don't post that on YouTube. Don't post it, don't post it, don't post it, don't post it. I said, why? He goes, that's for a product. I go, why is that for a product? I'm like, the masses deserve to know how to meet someone at a table. It's something that regular people deal with. They should know. That video had my lowest views. It was too technical, right? But if I'd included that in a product, here's what would have happened. The payment would have generated like Avatar, like the Avatar sex, it's like that, it's like the Avatar sex. It would have made the Avatar sex to where I could put the harder to watch thing through to the other person and they would have gone, that video, oh, it's so deep, it's loaded, that thing's loaded, all the mechanics. But see, watch how even of me saying this, you guys would now go watch that free video. Do you want to watch it now?
Yes.
That's sales.
Is it on your YouTube channel?
Nope. Sales.
I feel like you also do a lot of normalizing of the idea of spending money.
You've got to get people get people to realize the dumb shit they blew money on. Look, how much, guys, for what you guys pay to be here, name all the dumb shit that you bought. Name some of the dumb things that you bought.
Multiple guitars I didn't need. You know what I mean?
What else? What other dumb shit have you bought? Candy, weed, alcohol. You say my niece could make that amount of money babysitting. That's real. Do you guys not have a niece that could make the amount of money to be here babysitting? So point it out, call it out. So that's another one too. So guys, these are all mechanics. What I want to do is I've given you the inner game of making sales. Now that I've created the connective tissue to where you're even wanting to learn sales, do you want to see how to do it?
Yes.
How bad do you want to see how to do it? Beg me, right? Yeah, this is like a real closer, okay? You can teach this to politicians to win an election. It's happened. You can change the world, guys. I'm still selling, okay? Yeah, I can't help it. I can't stop. I cannot stop. Just like when I socialize, I pump state, use projection, pass congruence tests, push and pull. Like what you guys see me out there. Like I'm just like I can't stop, right? So it's a love. It's a real love. I do it because honestly, when you learn this stuff, sorry, I'm starting again. But when you learn this stuff, then what happens is that you can have a broke guy, and that guy has money, and then he comes up to you later. He's like, "You changed my fucking life." But I'm still selling you, right? So, right? Yeah, I'm just jacking you off. You know what I'm saying, right? So do you see what's happening, right? So that's called. So basically, in a sales ad, you have a hook, and Ibrahim, I'm gonna have you actually come help me with this. You have a hook. You have features. You have a hook. You have a story that presents a problem. You have a widget. You have features. You have benefits. You have a re-summary of the deal. And then you have things like giving context to that amount of money, and then you close, okay? And so this is literally a format that we're gonna show you. And when you get this format down, your communication will stop being this pointless communication, and it will get it to where it is impactful communication, is real impact communication, okay? And again, when we talk about the idea of 0 to 1, skills like this are basically what you use when you have no money, but you also use it when you have money. Because it's like learning social skills, right? If you're ugly and short and broke, then you better get your swag down. But you give some like tall, jacked, rich guy swag, that's not even fair. That shouldn't even be allowed, right? So at any level you want it, Ed, I'm selling you. Okay, you see what's going on? So, okay, so But I believe this. Like, I'm just talking, but it's what I believe, but I'm getting you wanting to do it, okay? So you guys want to learn?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to learn?
Yeah.
Because you want your communication to move people, right? Do you want to do a Wayne Newton? No. Okay, so pain, pleasure, you see what I'm doing there? Okay, right? You want to be Wayne Newton? Like, what's even wrong with Wayne Newton? But anyway, okay? You want to do a Wayne Newton? Right, so say you're doing like a VC pitch, right? You got to frame it, you got to find your like Wayne Newton. You see how it's all intention, it's all high intention, high impact, movement generated communication. And so this is why when, what the skills that you guys see me do when I do a video, for example, whether a free seminar video, a video blog in nature or in a city, is I'm providing concepts constantly, but I'm selling on why you would want to watch that concept. So have any of you guys ever seen it where you could watch me talk for hours and you're like, man, I couldn't pay attention to my grade school teacher or but I can watch you for hours? That's a combination of vocal projection, public speaking done at a high level, congruence plus expansive energy, and this. Okay, that's really what's happening. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying to you guys, like, you got to come to this and you got to actually learn. If you don't have this kind of an experience, you walk out and you literally will be doing the lowest impact communication that you've ever seen. Okay, the lowest impact communication you've ever seen, and you're literally just wasting time. So all this time and energy is being burned into nothing. Instead of your time and energy giving you return on investment and moving you forward. Because life is like you're digging into a cave, right? You're going into a cave, and as you're digging the cave, if you're in the wrong cave, you don't just get to turn right in the cave. You've got to come all the way back up and all that wasted time and energy and make a new cave. Do you want to keep?
Not even talk about the opportunity cost either. Like, how much are you wasting just in terms of not knowing this? Like, put a money value on it. How much are you really wasting?
Hundreds of thousands.
In terms of your relationships. Right now, how many of you?
I've got to get it where I could offer you guys 10 grand to leave this and you'd be too scared to do it. And you should be. You should be terrified to leave this. Okay?
If you gave me your watch, I would say no.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Do you see where I'm going with this? Okay. That's why these losers that think that you need looks and money to be able to have a good dating life don't have swag. They have no swag, they have no skill, they have nothing, and then they just think that you just go, hi, I'm Chad, I'm Susie, and then and then you have sex. Like, they can't envision that you have skill. Voltaire, I think it was Voltaire, he said, give me 10 minutes, and I can wash away my face and bed the Queen of France. You see what I'm saying? Back in the day, the community was about stories of victory, about how the ugly guy could like learn certain skills and do the impossible. Or making money, how a broke guy could just do the impossible from 0 to 1. That's why I like the 0 to 1 concept. This is a 0 to 1 technology because you could have nothing, learn this, and start getting paid. Potentially. I can't guarantee it. I'm not guaranteeing you'll be a millionaire if you learn sales. I can't guarantee that. I don't know what you're going to do. But there's people who do. And this stuff is not taught in Harvard. This stuff is not taught in college because the institutional malaise and kind of like the heaviness of the institution won't actually teach these skills. Shouldn't this be taught in college? Shouldn't this be taught in grade school? Influence, persuasion, but they won't because they're not in the trenches. They're not out there. A college professor is not singing for their supper the way that a true salesperson is, right? Because they're tenured, right? So is that what's called tenured? Sorry, okay, it's late at night. Okay, they have this, is that what's called tenure? What's it called again? Yeah, so they just do their little nerdy projects. They're optimizing for just boring the students to sleep and doing research.
Isn't most of high school just pitching for college?
I can see what you're saying. I guess what I'm saying, but I guess it's just pitch them to take college.
Teaching you what they're doing.
Yeah, you've got to get into college. Yeah, but I think college is dope. Like, go for your own fun, but the money gets made with sales, right? Who's going to make more money? Somebody who can influence like this, or you have some kind of wickety-wackety Harvard thing? And now I'm selling you.
And even this is more engaging as a teacher.
Way more. Yeah, because it's like John Carlton says, if you have a book, you make the title sales copy. Right? You make, like Tim Ferriss he was going to call 4 Hour Workweek, How to Sell Drugs for Fun and Profit. He went on to Google Ads, because you didn't have YouTube at the time, and saw which one converted higher, and it was 4 Hour Workweek. So that was a sales copy, and that made it blow up. That would have never blown up, never would have made the impact it made, the 4 Hour Workweek, if it was, which really what we're showing here with sales is 4 Hour Workweek type thinking, by the way. And that's sales. I'm trying to make you think you work for 4 hours, which you actually could. but it's sales. So what I'm showing you is like, he split tests the title, okay? And then he split tests subtitles, and then there's like intros that hooks you in to want to read it. So it's always moving along all the time. And then then what it does is it's hitting the primitive part of the brain and getting the person to keep on moving. Isn't it cool to know that a teacher who you're working with will keep poking at you to make you want to do it instead of you having to move yourself? Pretty badass. But look what I'm doing there, that's sales. Because I'm saying, look, it's you don't even have to try. I'll handle the energy for you, which I do. Part of why I got to this point, frankly, was because I would teach killer fucking programs, and then I would show everything, and then the student would blame me that they're not like motivated after, and I'm like, oh, so I have to not only teach you all the actual technique, but I've got to like post-program motivate you. And then I went, okay, I'm sick of like people complaining. I'll just do it. So I learned how to do it from that too. But isn't that cool that you could actually interact with someone for a couple of days and that they'd be motivated for years later? That'd be cool to learn, right? That's sales. That's sales. That's selling you to learn sales. You see that? It's real. The best sales are real. And that's sales. Okay? Right? Okay, so it's just this endless thing.
Is the entire skin in the game part also sales?
But the best sales are true. Like, again, if you don't get people to invest, they don't care. I could teach this speech and all the people at Free Tour would have gone to bed. Nobody would be up late at all. I know they'll fucking leave. It's like I teach the best fucking videos, and then I see people out that can't even say hi to somebody. Meanwhile, people on training sure can. You guys will be able to at the end of this. I promise. Oh, I promise. You will be approaching. You will be like, wait. And that's sales. Okay? So do you see, okay, you see what we're doing here? Okay. Okay?
Now, when you do that, are you doing it like, I think you probably have it down pat to the point you can do it like unconscious.
I have a problem with stopping selling.
Yeah, like I said, you probably do
It's
it
compulsive.
unconscious compensating. Like,
Yeah.
like naturally.
It's compulsive.
How long
Yeah.
do you think it would take us to get to like, not that level, but
It's the broken hearts. It's like you will resist, for example, learning about OG social skills in your dating life until you get your heart ripped out of your gut 20 odd times, and you're just, and like hypergamy kicks in. You're like, and I call it hypergamy acceptance, right? And like, and you just have like, it's like a journey to the acceptance of hypergamy, and then you finally just accept it, and you go, like I'll show you. Can I? Like I got this message from my buddy, and he's like, then my girlfriend did this, and I think she's a psycho, and then she did this. I'm like, he hasn't accepted hypergamy yet, right? If he just accepted it, he would be fine, right? So it's the same thing with sales, where like you really could help somebody, and you really could have synergy, and then you wind up not getting it. It's like an aborted fetus. So you want to see the generation of life. You want to see the generation of life, and that's sales. So, okay, so, but it's just features, benefits, right? Free association. We teach free association for social skills to go out.
How do you time your pressure on, pressure offs?
I'm not sure, but it's like, it's basically when I think it's getting too good, then I back off, chill a little minute, and then when everyone relaxes, we're going back down, baby. So yeah, but it's, I'm trying to show you guys something here. Like, you can, like, it's really badass. Like, you know, it's really, really, really badass when you can be enjoying a fun life because you just learned how to talk. It's really, really badass when you can be like with someone who's so physically beautiful that your brain melts. You're like, I can't believe I learned this on the internet. Like, I never thought I'd have this kind of intimate experience with somebody. Holding hands in Vermont at leaf peeper season because you learn how to talk to somebody. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And that's sales. Okay? So it's just features, benefits, motivating you along while you're learning the techniques. Because if, look, I can come up here and if I don't do this, it gets so dry so quickly that you won't be able to concentrate. Mm-hmm. So as a teacher, I'm engaging you with quality of public speaking, vocal projection, shifts and cadence. We're gonna be learning all this, by the way. We're gonna be learning public speaking. Do you guys now see why I told people to be here?
It's extraordinary.
You see what I'm getting at, right? I tell people to take my trainings because like I really, guys, most teachers are not gonna go out and do 22 years of like free event, go out. They're not gonna do it. And that's sales. So, okay? So the truth will set you free, and that's sales. So, okay, so that, but I am genuinely trying to show you guys here like how I do it and how I can motivate people. And if I really, really want to motivate people, I mean, it's ridiculous, right? It's funny too, because I feel a pressure to build some kind of like, whether it's a new church or something global, because I know how to have influence. So I think that's what's so beautiful about learning this stuff is that you can have global influence. Like, I think it's a responsibility that when you have this down to be a good-hearted person and to change the world positively. And that's sales. Right? See what I'm doing, right? Because it's called features benefits, features benefits. You learn sales, it has this benefit. I go for higher self benefits, day-to-day self benefits, lower petty benefits. The cool thing with this too, like yes, I talked a lot about how you could change the world, but sometimes you just want to show your ex that she was wrong about you. Sometimes you just want to show that person that didn't believe in your business they're a fucking moron. Don't you just want to show that person that didn't believe in you that they were fucking wrong about you, that they evaluated you wrong, that you're the fucking man? By learning the right skills? Wouldn't you love a skill that would let you learn that? Imagine how that would feel to watch them crying. To see your value go back up in their eyes, to know that they were wrong about you. And that's sales. Okay, right? So do you see, okay? So you hit lower self. You ever just have an apartment, like in the city, and you're just like, I just want a bit of a bigger apartment. Like, what if this apartment was just bigger? Like just a little more space, just to go around and relax a little bit. Just go around a little bit and just relax. Maybe you can just kick your shoes off and chill and so on and so forth, right? It's kind of a beautiful thing to be able to do that. And, not to be in some little shoebox where you've got to go outside just to feel like you can breathe. But to almost have, where you could invite people over to your apartment and host a dinner party because you learned some core skills where you can afford that. So you can actually add value to your friends, but you yourself can relax. Maybe take a vacation from time to time. Right here, you're in New York City. Have you ever heard of Kennebunkport, Newport, Rhode Island, Acadia, Maine? Beautiful cities. Vermont, leaf peeper season. Go down to the beautiful Smithsonian museums in DC. You gotta have a skill that lets you do that. Okay, that's sales, right? So higher self, change the world. Day-to-day self, just stuff that you want. Lower self, show that person the wrong. So you start stacking it. You stack them, right? And you're holding the tension with good public speaking, good communication patterns, and so on and so forth, right? And then people are hooked. And then you take those same skills and the same knowledge that it's not just about some random blather, but about high impact communication. And then you use that when you go out by doing free association, by passing congruence tests, by using vocal projection, pushing and pulling, leading, building a good Instagram, a good container. And then you do that same high impact communication as well. And then you just start to move the world. The world begins to move. You are at the cause. The world is at the effect. You begin to move the world. You change your life. Alchemy, transformation, beauty, joy, fun. And that's sales. Okay? You see what we're doing here? Okay? It's fucking funny, dude. It's like being the Wizard of Oz, like, right? And people don't want to learn it. And they're like, I'm broke. Like, I'm going to go protest because regular people can't make money. Like, learn some sales, bitch. Yeah. That's also sales. Okay? So it's in-group, out-group. Okay?
I noticed, when you're scanning a crowd, instead of just scanning, you, look at people.
Yeah, but I am like a generational guru, bro. That's the truth. That's actually self-qualification. That's bad sales. But I'm a generational guru. I can see in your fucking soul because I've just been up here so long. I really can. It's like anyone who does as many events as I have can look in your fucking soul and see all your fucking insecurities and what you need to do and change you. That's sales. But the best sales are true. It's actually true. That's why I'm looking at you guys, right? Marcel was saying that earlier about how apparently he made some similar comments to me because we're both reading the room. That's what he was implying. I don't know how much that was the case, but it sounded like that was what happened, right? So you do read it, right? But whatever the case, like if you're a veteran teacher who can like read through someone's soul, then say that, right? John Carlton says things that to you are boring and commonplace are mind-blowing to somebody else. Like to me, like being able to see through someone's soul, like that's just normal. That's just like kind of how it is when you're at a certain level. But if you're not like that, you're like, you can see through my soul, like holy shit, right? So that's sales. So you've got to audit like what's going. But that's why I tell you guys, bro. Like when guys have like VC money and stuff like that, like they don't have the skills, they're killing themselves because they're literally running around trying to pitch in this conventional way. They're getting fucked over. They're losing fucking cash. They're not optimizing what they have. And if they could have raised more, they could have built generational fucking wealth. They could add things that were generational. And they blow that by not learning how to communicate. They put no effort in learning communication, and they put it all maybe like in the product, not the presentation of the product, but in reality, perception is reality. But they just put it all into the product, not into the presentation of the product, right? If you have a girl with like, hairy ass armpits, hairy legs, a bunch of like fucking acne, like hair is all fucking scraggly, she's the same girl, but the presentation's different. Maybe she should put a little bit of time in her presentation. Maybe it might be time for you to learn how to communicate to the people that you're pitching. Like today, like now. So don't keep wasting your time. Time's getting wasted, bro. Time burning down. Energy just leaking out. Energy leaking out. Money leaking out. Money being lost. Pain. It puts you in pain. But when you close that deal, when you close it like that, and you make that sale, and the person just truly, truly loves what you do, and you're engaging with them deeply, and you all make money together, you get to do what you want to do, you show the people who didn't believe in you that they're fucked, you get to just enjoy life more. You get to have the things you want to have. Like, what's a restaurant that you want to just go visit in New York, but you just can't justify because it's so expensive? Like Carbone, like what do you want to go see? Just fucking expensive. Any like really expensive restaurants you just want to do as a gift to yourself? Maybe you want to go to French Laundry in San Fran. You just want to just jump in a flight and just go to French Laundry and just experience it. Just say that you went to French fucking Laundry just because you can. Just because you can, bro. Eating farm to table food with your friends. Maybe you fly private. You don't need to, but just because you can. Just because you can. And all the while you put out a couple Instagram stories and your ex sees it and just fuming. And as you build up that business, you change the world, bro. You benefit humanity. And you don't have to deal with all this bullshit anymore. Aren't you sick of the bullshit? Aren't you sick of the lack of hitting potential? So you got to ask yourself, what is one skill that you could learn now that would change things? What would that one skill be? Sales. Okay, you see it? Yeah.
What you've done actually just in the past, I don't know how long you've been talking because you've been in this hypnotic rhythm, is you've not only sold us on sales, but you've sold us on ourselves.
Good. Yeah, because it is true that if you take a guy or girl and you teach them how to public speak, how to socialize, how to network, build container events, build social media, and do sales to convert whatever you're building, they can get quite successful. Yeah. So I call those the weapons of war, metaphorically weapons of war. It's the skills that don't have a gatekeeper, skills that have no barrier to entry, skills that that you don't necessarily need a lot of money to invest in to learn how to do it, skills that anybody could do in spare time. But even that idea is a sale because you're taking people who actually are stuck and showing them a path. So another part of sales is showing a lane. It's like saying, hey, there's a lane here. You haven't thought about that there's a lane here. So you got to show the lane and you have to build out the lane. What I'm doing here is I'm building the lane.
And then you negative dissociate, you said.
Yeah, you create the in-group, out-group, heaven or hell, and you move them. Sales is so badass that you can sell people and then say, I'll show you how I sold you. You can show all of it and you can show how to sell and they'll still buy. I've done it before where I teach how to do, like for example, I remember one time I was in San Fran and I taught the audience on how to do a pitch. And I pitched maybe it was like a 5K mentoring or something. And I said, let's do the pitch for my mentoring. I had the audience do the pitch for the mentoring. And then after I had them do the pitch, I said, well, who wants to sign up? And people couldn't, they were like, they were like, you're crazy. I pitched myself? You made me pitch myself? Okay, and that's sales, right? So right. So that's what I'm trying to show you is like it's a proper pitch is meant to sort out the miasma of useless communication that's not providing relevant information. It's meant to be highly relevant information that is going deep into the primal highway of the brain and then moving people, right? So even if you have, look, if a girl comes to you and she's like, she's got a snatch waist and a fat ass and perky tits and a beautiful face and soft skin and she's like, I'm manipulating you with my I'm gonna rub my wet pussy on your cock to make you hard, to manipulate you into wanting sex. You're still gonna wanna have sex. Like, you can tell what's happening, but it's still, it's still gonna make you wanna have sex. Like I'm gonna trick you, like I'm gonna get you to come in me. And you're like, yeah, I wanna come in you, right? Because it's just, she's hitting the primal highway, bro, so she's hitting on buttons in the brain that are working, right? I like teaching, okay, what I do, guys, is I'll do a training, I'll do in-field training, all sorts of stuff, but I like starting it with sales because if I combine sales and public speaking, then guys can take my program and I hope, and not everyone will because ultimately it's your choice of how much action you take, but there will be people who wind up making money off it and they take more programs. So I actually will selfishly teach you this to try to get you paid rapidly. It's the first thing I teach on a lot of programs, just because so what I'll do on trainings is in the daytime, I teach a combination of public speaking and sales and social media. And then at night, and I teach some skill for social skills of going out at night and some exercises. And then at night, we go out and we work on social skills. But what I found was I love the social skills part of the training. It's super fun. But I found that if I taught guys sales and some public speaking and social media, they can afford the trainings. So I'm actually training guys on how to have money to take multiple trainings. So my average sign up in some of my groups is like an 80% conversion with no upsell, because basically I just keep training them on how to make cash, and then we just go out and we do social skills training at night. But because they're making cash, a lot of them, they just wind up coming back. They're like, I want more of that sales training. So they keep coming back and they make more cash and they keep coming back. That's also sales, what I'm saying. Okay, it's true, but it's also sales. Because now you're like, shit, I want to do like the social skills training where I make money off it, right? I'm not guaranteeing it, but I'm saying it happens. So I have an ongoing client list. I mean, some of you guys know, like, you know my like different groups that I run and stuff, and they just keep coming back, and it's just because I teach that stuff. So
That's why I'm here.
thank you, right? So if you can keep giving value in excess of the price, and then you can frame how they're getting value in excess of the price, that's also sales.
I notice you appeal a lot to like different sensations,
Mhm.
which like really activates the mind. You
Yeah.
follow the same format also outside of seminar.
Yeah, John, I'm like this all the time because communication, look, I'm cool to joke with the 7-Eleven guy, and like okay, here's what I'm like. I'm either telling a mad-ass funny joke, like a badass hilarious joke. Check the cameras too, if you don't mind for me. Yeah, I'm either telling some crazy-ass funny joke. I want ROI. So I'm either telling the fucking most funny-ass joke you've ever seen. Me and my friends are big into laughing, because in my mind, we want to laugh, right? Like we want to actually be always laughing. So I either want to be laughing. Here's what it is. Say the word laughing. Laughing. Good, by the way? Okay. I want to be laughing. I want to be learning. Say learning. Learning. Or I want to be auditing failure. That's very important too, actually. Or I want to be moving people. Say that. Yeah, and also let's say making money. Okay, so I'm either in a private plane in Denali in Alaska with my kids, or like in Glacier Park with my kids in a lake, or barring that or both, I'm joking around on a bus somewhere, wherever, right? Joking, or I'm reading a bunch of shit and learning, or I'm looking at a failure and auditing it, or I'm expanding my life experiences, or I'm making money, or I'm moving people in my communication. But there can't just be this like random like smoke weed every day from Nate Dogg, the guy who I love to death but passed away, right? It can't be like scrolling like that. It's not good enough, bro. I've tried to play video games. There's a couple good ones that were dope, but most I can't play. I tried fapping. I tell my friends all the time, you got a good porn I'd fap to, send it. It's too boring. I need real sex. It's boring. These guys like, no, I'm resisting fapping another day. I'm like, do you ever have good sex? Like, it's not that good. It's like guys like, I can't stop eating like crap dinner. Like, it's okay. Like, actually, like, I don't know, a little crap dinner wouldn't hurt, right? It's like, it's not bad. It's like, I'm not like hooked on crap. Like, oh, I can't stop the crap dinner. I have a no crap dinner movement. Like, it's not that good. Like, oh, I gotta resist the video game. It's not that good. Like, there's better things in life. So that's why, again, this is why I like sales, because it's generating those things. It's the foundation of those things. It's the time to laugh. It's the time to learn. It's the time to actually go and audit your failures. It's the time to spend time with family. It's the time to have experiences from the money generated from sales. That's sales, right? That's just a longer feature benefit stack. I give the different sweet spots, learning, joking, traveling, learning, and then I simply connect that to sales by saying that I have the money from sales to do those things.
Yeah. If I was giving an incredible amount of resistance, how would you like take me on the same journey?
I would just keep stacking features and benefits, saying, no, it's not for you. It's for the right person. I'm looking for a very specific kind of person, and I do in-group, out-group. Say in-group, out-group. Yeah, guys, look, I'm telling you, if you guys get this down and you go for VC, or for you guys that are starting from zero, who just need to just generate, just keep working on this. Work on it in your spare time. Just keep working on your communication in your spare time. Look, the cool thing with me too, when you come learn from me, I'm not just teaching out of a textbook, right? Like I'm doing this shit. I teach social skills, I'm not teaching out of a textbook. I say that I'm the guru of fucking gurus because the way that I teach, I'm not just up getting you to draw like a little pie chart, or I'm not here getting you to like do an exercise. Like when I teach social skills, we go out, guys. How many teachers would say, no, I'm so good at social skills and getting you to do it that we go out? Do you know how much pressure that shit is? Do you know how much pressure that shit is? I gotta go up and I gotta socialize in front of people, but then even if I do it, you guys will be pissed at me if I can't get you doing it. That's pressure. But that's, to me, the only real teaching. Guys, memory is state access dependent. If you learn out there in the field, you'll remember it when you're in the field. If you learn here, you can't remember it. That's why I teach you sales in here, social skills out there. You gotta see the person doing it. You gotta watch them actually doing it. Then they've got to get you doing it. They got to do like a brain transplant into you, live, and then see if you're actually doing it. What, you're gonna watch a DVD set or some shit? You got to actually go do it. It's the hardest kind of. I've got to have the balls as a teacher to live this shit. If I teach sales, it's easier for me to come up and teach you from a PowerPoint than to actually free associate sales. But a master can free associate sales. But a master is only good as students get good. So I got to get you good. You want to learn? You want to learn? You want to learn, right? Imagine the people who don't, who waste their fucking time, who don't get it. Imagine the divorce. Just think of the divorce that guys go through because they don't have social skills. They're not in abundance. Imagine how much money they lose. The money lost, the pain, watching their kids destroyed, versus coming home every day to your wife being in love with you, craving your cock, cooking for you, loving on you, grateful for you, like how God intended it. Beauty, real beauty.
You did a cadence with it at the end as well.
Yeah, because I have this public speaking down too. Yeah, this is my art, guys. It's an art. I love it. But I love it because I can teach it. I love it because I get to practice it and benefit, and then you guys get to practice and benefit. Right? So you see what's happening here? Okay, so when you guys go to your VC, when you guys are doing like information marks, you've got to learn how to speak in these languages, okay? So, all right, I've jacked you off enough, now I got to make you come, okay? So another little funny thing is that if you, when you're doing sales, you teach the why, not the how right away, right? So you only teach the how when they pay you. So I'll teach the how in my videos actually because it's more legacy piece for me, but really if I'm pure sales, you do the how. Look, Grant Cardone, if you look at his videos, like I fucking love Grant. I've been at 10X, he's dope, right? But if you look at his videos, like name 5 things you ever learned from Grant. Okay? And he'd be proud of that, by the way. It's not an insult. This is Grant, watch Grant. You know you like money, man. Yo, man, you know you want some money, baby. You want some money, baby.
Sounds just like
You know you like money, baby. You want the jet, huh? Yeah, you know you want the jet. Look at Shelby Sabb, a girl who does sales for women. She will just show herself. She's like, I'm in the pink Porsche. I'm in a pink hotel. Oh, look at my stud boyfriend. Look at my new jewelry. Like literally, if you look at her videos, it's all just benefit, 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 benefit. And then and her biggest thing is to help girls not to have to sleep with old, ugly men in order to get money, or to have an old, ugly boss and get bossed around by him. Basically, she's like, and I love Shelby. She's great. I've met her. She's awesome. But I told her this. I told her this in person. I'm like, you're basically like enabling hypergamy. Like basically, you're selling women on like a hypergamous lifestyle where they get to like basically just have like a hot stud that comes and fucks them once on every Wednesday, and they can have a job outside of. Because most girls, like back in the day, they'd have to get a provider, right? And some guy who's a provider, and they'd have to fuck a guy they don't like to have a lifestyle. But if they can make their own money, they can fuck the guy they want to fuck, which is probably a fuckboy. So basically what she's doing is she's like, you know, like basically showing like you can fuck a hot guy and have your own money. But why would the girl have to have her own money to fuck a hot guy? Because that guy wouldn't be willing to pay, right? Because the hot guy she wants to fuck wouldn't be willing to pay. So she's showing the girls that like basically they can fuck who they want to fuck and basically to be in a harem.
Isn't her sales tactics are more like I never found it was like a win-win. She like ridiculed the prospect.
Well, sometimes teasing in-group, out-group, or like poking on pain is a powerful thing in sales. You know, right? It's like if you guys are pitching VC, like clown them. Oh, I mean, I remember one guy, he was like, I can't afford to do it. And I said, so let me get this straight. The thing that would teach you to make money, and this thing's so inexpensive. I'm like, the thing that would teach you how to make money, you can't afford it. That's a fucked up predicament. And I turned my back and walked off. As soon as I did, he goes, wait! And he grabbed me back. I remember that was newer when I was learning this stuff, right? So again, it's like in-group, out-group. You know, look, it's guys who also don't know how to have success with dating don't understand that on a high point you do what's called what? What do you do on a high point? Takeaway. You do takeaway. You do push pulling, right? But they don't get this. So they're like, it's just looks and money. Huh? And like I sit there begging these people to see this shit, but because I can't do the infield posts anymore on like the big channels, it's like I can't show it. But man, these people are crazy. They have no skill. They're just like, be rich, good looking, ooga booga, and just say hi or have an Instagram profile. And then they're so focused on their looks because the community has lost the skill set. They've lost it. They don't realize the true OG. They don't realize the real potency of the teaching. They've lost the potency of the teaching. It's a false teaching. It's It's like the real teaching has been ensconced in a fake teaching to hide from the real teaching. Real teaching is deep. Instead of a fake teaching. What's that?
How do you do takeaways in sales?
Like what I said, you can't afford it, ha ha, turn back, right? And you turn your back, and you got to do the same thing, right? You're talking to someone you want to attract. On a high point, you got to pull back, so you have to allow them the space for them to step into it. So it's just it's fun, guys.
Why do you think they lost? Or people lost?
Because what they do is they will get rid of the creators who are actually teaching the potent stuff. And then what happens is these alternative, less potent versions of those creators step in, and then it creates, like, for example, a lot of people think that like Jordan Peterson's right wing, but there was actually all these like really potent, powerful conservatives that got removed, and then Jordan's left, and then that's viewed as like far right, but then he's just telling you to like clean your room, right? There's not like a really conservative ideology would be about freedom and how freedom creates an environment for us to fail, which is necessary for our spiritual growth. And a real conservative might even say that collectivism and the effort to like remove too much friction from people's lives is actually an attempt to hold people's soul on earth after they die. For real. Because without growth, without resistance or growth, we're trapped. If you put a shark in a little fishbowl, it'll just stay small. It has to have pain, it has to have battles. And so a lot of collectivism and socialism is actually pulling people away from their power. It's encouraging them to embrace victimhood and not their power. So they're missing the whole spiritual element of that conservatism, of what it really means to have real freedom. And those people are not around, and they look like a bunch of kooks. And then as a result, your version of a conservative would be Jordan. I love Jordan, he's great. What do we learn from Jordan? Look, I don't want to downplay him, but like it's nothing like that profound, right? Let me take that back. I love fucking Jordan. I just feel like a dick. I'm going to erase that. But I'm just making the point that it's not at the same, it's a different kind of thing. It's a more broadly appealing. Although funny enough, what wound up happening was by getting rid of all the more potent right-wing people, there was a false right, which was a lot more reasonable, and then that's why Trump wound up winning again. If they would have let all the little wacky ones stay online, people would have thought that's the right wing, and then the people at the center wouldn't vote for it. But the far lefters got left on, and so they look crazier. That's really crazy what I just said there, by the way.
It's by design.
That was a Tim Pool analysis, actually. No, they fucked up. But they fucked up because what they did was anybody a little bit wild they got rid of, and then all that's left is fairly like milquetoast regular ones, which appeal to the center, and they win the election.
But they're taking away the information from people.
Well, they do. They're taking away the potency.
They're trying to create like a false.
Which is
going to make people view game as stupid.
That's exactly what it is, right? So
you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's basically like creating a false perception. Yeah. And imagine being me knowing this and like But look, the point I'm saying is this: when you see the level of skill that we're bringing here, I aim to show this degree of skill in public speaking, social skills, and sales. Got that, guys? Say public speaking, social skills, and sales. Okay, you guys ready to learn?
Yes.
You ready to learn?
Yes.
You ready?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
You ready to learn?
Born ready.
You want to learn? You want to change your life?
Yeah.
You want to change your life?
I've had a lot of fun.
You want to change your life?
Too, yeah.
And just to torment the audience, this will be where I turn off the video. Say goodbye to everybody who didn't attend the program. Say, wish you were here.
Better luck next time.
You're in the out group. Peace.